Now, one topic that we do hear about every now and then is fish growing to a certain size within the aquarium. Now, that seems to be a reality. For example, this goldfish is about 8 years old, and it is very small considering it's 8 years old. In the wild, the Casurus auratus would typically live 4 to 7 years, and it would grow the best part of 30 centimeters in the wild. Now, this fish here is very, very little compared to an adult goldfish, even though it's an old goldfish. And scientists have proven that various hormones like pheromones and phenols and so forth build up in water and actually stunt fish's growth. And that's exactly the same as what happens with a bonsai plant. You can get a tree that grows very large, put it in a small pot, and it will only grow to a certain size. So there's a fair amount of science behind the fact that this happens. Now, there's also lots of theories that people say that this goldfish would argue with. For example, people will say, oh, the body stops growing and the organs don't. Now, I've seen absolutely no evidence at all that that's the case, because I've been involved in countless fish like this one that's 8 years old in a tank, very healthy fish, and it has not outgrown the tank, and it's showing no adverse signs of health at all. Like, it's well portioned. There's no way you can say that the organs are continuing to grow. And then other people will say, oh, the eye will keep growing and the eye will be disproportionately large. Now, looking at this fish, I don't think the eye looks any different to any other fish which is that size. Now, my mum had a very good example of this as well. She had a yellow tang in a tank, probably not, it was bigger than this, but not heaps bigger, and it only ever grew to about that big, and she had it for 13 years, which is about double the natural life of that particular fish. So as far as fish not outgrowing the aquarium is concerned, then that is something we've absolutely experienced, and fish do seem to stunt, and that doesn't necessarily affect them. So I'm not saying that there's never been an adverse effect from having the fish in a tank smaller than they should be, but as far as happy fish are concerned, this is a very healthy, very happy fish, and for its age, it looks absolutely wonderful.
I do think he is losing his colour though.
Yeah, that's not unusual. Like, goldfish are full of recessive genes and will commonly change and lose colour, and that's not a reflection of health. That's just something that does happen. So that does happen. So put a little note on the bottom of this video and tell us your experience of fish growing out of tanks or not. And it definitely does vary by the fish. Like, if you put koi in a tank like this, they will seem to grow disproportionately large, or something like an Oscar will tend to grow disproportionately large, while other fish seem to not grow too big and seem to live happy, healthy lives. Anyway, feel free to comment on the bottom of this video.